Welcome. Welcome to another, I was going to say Friday session, but we know that there's been a bit of confusion. So if you're joining with me here today, I'm not sure if it's showing up on Facebook, but we are in YouTube, and I do want to welcome you. And today I'm going to be sharing with you about how to share your opinion when it comes to the IELTS exam. So while you're watching, if you have any questions or just want to make any comments about the lesson as we go along, feel free to do that. If you're watching on the replay, you can watch, you can add your questions and comments, and I'll be sure to watch for them and to answer them as best I can. I just want to remind you that you can contact me anytime by email at info@esljeff.ca. The link will be, and the email address will be in the comments on YouTube. And you can contact me anytime if you have any questions about anything to do with IELTS. And even if you have any suggestions or problems that you'd like to see me deal with in these live sessions that usually take place every Friday, but because of the mix-up in the dates and the post we're doing today. But I do want to welcome you. Be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want more information about the IELTS exam. There's close to 100 videos all about every section and question type on the IELTS exam, and I'm sure you'll find everything you need as you follow this the IELTS Success Summit YouTube channel. So today we're going to be talking about how to share your opinion, especially for writing task 2 of the IELTS exam. So I just want to start by talking about exactly what your opinion is. And I guess the main thing and the most important thing to realize when it comes to sharing your opinion is that it is your opinion. It's not necessarily an academic opinion. It's not an opinion based on research and statistics and the kind of things that you do in your usual studies and in university or even on the job. But it's basically your opinion about things that happen in the course of your everyday life, because this is the type of topics that you will face in the IELTS exam. And you're not being judged on your opinion. It's an English test, and you're being judged simply on how you express your personal opinion when it comes to the topics you're given in writing task 2. So you don't have to have any prior knowledge or experience or academic studies in the topics you face, because the most common topics in the IELTS exam where you are asked to share your opinion are on everyday things, everyday parts of your personal experience, whether it's education or employment. It could be diet or nutrition, transportation, the weather, everything that you come across in your day-to-day life, and you're sharing your opinion. So I guess the most important word when it comes to share your opinion is the word your. It's your opinion. You won't be judged. There's no right or wrong opinion. You're simply being judged on how you express your opinion in English in writing task 2. So let's just get started here and go a little further. And I just want to talk to you about the types of prompts that you see in writing task 2. You may be asked if you agree or disagree. You may be asked to give a solution to a problem. You may be asked about the advantages or disadvantages of a certain situation. It may simply say, what's your opinion? Give your opinion. And the most important thing to realize is whatever you see in the prompt, it could be any of these three that I have on my slides or any other things you face, it's the same strategy for sharing your opinion. And what's really important is to know what to include when it comes to sharing your opinion. And I use a rule of three when it comes to writing task two. This rule of three applies not only to sharing your opinion, it applies to writing your paragraph. As we'll see today, it applies to the structure of your whole essay. And if you look on my YouTube channel, you will find a video about writing task two and how to structure your entire essay. And again, this rule of three will apply. But let's look today at how this really applies to simply sharing your opinion. There are three things that you want to include in each paragraph of your essay. In the three paragraphs of your body where you're sharing your opinion, you want to have three parts to the paragraph where you share your opinion. The first is a clear statement. And this statement simply states whether you agree or disagree, or what you think the best solution is, or what your opinion specifically is. So first of all, you just start by sharing your opinion. And I'm going to give you an example, a clear example of how to do this in just a moment. But the first thing is to say what your opinion is. The second part of sharing your opinion is to give a good reason for your opinion. Now, again, this reason doesn't have to come from your background knowledge and experience and academic studies or statistics. It's simply a matter of what's your idea? What do you think? And why do you think, according to your feelings and your ideas and your personal thoughts? So it doesn't matter whether anybody else has this opinion or not. If you have this opinion, just give the reason for your opinion. And it could be something based on something that's happened to you during your life. It could be something that your parents taught you. It could be something that you learned at school. But basically, it's your reason. It's your opinion and it's your reason. So give your opinion in a clear statement and simply state the reason for your opinion, why you think what you do. And then you want to give a specific example. And again, this example is going to be a personal example, a personal and relevant example from your own life and experience, because every question in the IELTS exam when it comes to writing task two has this important instruction. Give examples, relevant examples from your own life and experience. So these are the three most important things for sharing your opinion: a clear statement, a good reason, and a specific example. And when you're writing your paragraphs, when you're writing the task two essay, when you share your opinion in each paragraph, make sure that you only share one opinion, one reason, and one example. If you have two reasons, well, that can be made into two paragraphs. If you have two examples, that can also be made into two separate paragraphs. You can share the same statement twice in two different paragraphs. You can say paragraph one, in the first paragraph, you can say, I agree for this reason, and give an example. Then in the second paragraph, you can say, I agree again, and just give a second reason and a second personal example, and even three times if you want. The key thing is, don't give more than one statement, one reason, and one example in each paragraph. You know, a lot of times I hear students, and maybe you worry about this too, is writing the correct amount of words. You have to write a minimum of 250 words. And sometimes this can be distracting, especially on test day when you're trying to count words and write your essay and focus on the content of your essay at the same time. The danger is really that you could write too much. Writing 250 words is not a lot of words. And what I see most with students is they write too much because they write more than one reason or more than one example in the same paragraph, or they give 2 or 3 reasons for one opinion. And this is not necessary, and it's not a good structure. The best structure and the best way to focus on your essay and not have to worry about your word count is to have these 3 parts and only these 3 parts in each paragraph. Because I can guarantee you, with a 5-paragraph structure, and that means having 3 paragraphs in the body of your essay, 3 different ways of sharing your opinion, you will have no problem writing 250 words. And again, if you want to see the overall structure of an entire essay, be sure to see my other video on how to structure your essay, and I'll provide the link for that video in the comments. And it's a really good follow-up to this lesson. So be sure to subscribe to this channel and see lots of different videos, not only about writing task 2, how to improve your writing and vocabulary and grammar, but also how to really focus in on structuring your essay and sharing your opinion effectively. So this is my rule of 3 when it comes to sharing your opinion: a clear statement, a good reason, and a specific example, and only these 3 things in each paragraph. So let's look at an example from a writing task 2 question. And this is an example from an actual IELTS exam that's been done in the past. And you can see the instructions clearly. You should spend about 40 minutes on this task and write about the following topic. Students are becoming more and more reliant on the internet. While the internet is convenient, it has many negative effects, and its use for educational purposes should be restricted. And look at the instructions here. How far do you agree with this statement? So here we are asked to give our opinion about students and the internet and whether there's any negative effects and whether it should be limited for educational purposes. So let's look at how we can break down and share our opinion specifically. And we're only going to share one paragraph in this lesson. We're only going to share one paragraph today, but it'll give a clear idea of how to structure each paragraph in the body of your essay. So the first thing we want to start with is a clear statement. And one of the things that I want you to notice is if you really want to make things clear, and this is a little vocabulary and grammar tip, make sure that you use the English that you're most confident and comfortable using. Make sure you use the vocabulary that you really know how to use effectively. Use the grammar forms that are the ones that give you the most confidence, and just make a clear statement in your paragraph. So my clear statement for this paragraph is going to be: the internet is essential for education. And this is the first point that I want to make in my essay. In my opinion, the internet is essential for education. It's a very clear statement. As far as grammar goes, I've used a simple sentence. I don't have to have a complex or complicated sentence. I clearly state my opinion in one simple sentence, and this is my opinion. The second thing I want to do is say the reason that I think the internet is essential. And I'm going to give my reason based on my opinion, my ideas, my thoughts, and my feelings. And I'm going to say something, if used properly, it's the best source of information for study and research. So, why do I think the internet is essential? Well, because it's the best source of information for study and research. Nothing complicated, it's very straightforward, no fancy or academic vocabulary that I picked up from trying to memorize academic word lists or examine the dictionary. I'm just using the words that for me express my opinion in the English that I know how to use most confidently, and I'm expressing my reason for why I think the internet is essential. I really want to encourage you, if you have, when it comes to the IELTS exam, you need to have a high intermediate or advanced level of English. And if you've reached that level, you have enough vocabulary. You know the grammar. You don't have to go and try to memorize fancy words or special academic words. Don't spend hours in memorizing lists and trying to add new words to your vocabulary. And in a couple of moments, if you stick with me to the end, I'll give you the best way to improve your writing skills when it comes to writing task 2 and sharing your opinion. So we're just a few minutes away from that, and I'm going to give you the best strategy for preparing to share your opinion and improving your English to do that. So we have a clear statement, a good reason, and now I'm going to share a specific example. So I'm going to share an example from my life as a student. And I'm just going to say something like, as a student, I had to learn to find the best and most reliable sources of information on the internet and discovered that there's nowhere the internet is more important than in school. So again, it's nothing fancy. I'm just talking and writing from my own experience, and I have my specific example. So when I put it all together, I have a clear paragraph with one clear statement, one good reason, and one specific example. No fancy words, no academic words, but this is a good level that will get me the score I need when it comes to sharing my opinion. The internet is essential for education. If used properly, it's the best source of information for study and research. As a student, I've had to learn to find the best and most reliable sources of information on the internet and have discovered that there's nowhere the internet is more important than in school. There's no words. If you have an intermediate level of English, there are no words there that you don't understand. There are no words that I've taken from an academic word list. It's very straightforward. It's very simple. And this is the kind of paragraph that will get you a 6.5 or higher when it comes to writing task 2 for the IELTS exam. I hope you find this helpful. And now what I really want to do, as promised, is I'm going to share with you the best way to prepare for writing task 2 and improving the way that you share your opinion for the IELTS exam. And it's simply this. Step 1, write every day, whether just for 5 or 10 minutes every day. If you can set aside 5 to 10 minutes every day to write in a journal or a diary, however you want to do it, maybe go and buy yourself a notebook just to write in every day. If you do these daily writings just for a few minutes, you will improve the most when it comes to preparing for the IELTS exam. Because all you have to do is each day share one experience that took place during that day. Write about it naturally. Share your opinion about it. Share your ideas about it, your thoughts and your feelings about what happened that day. Maybe something happens at school in an interaction with your teacher or maybe with a friend. Maybe this is something, just take a few minutes and write about this situation and write your opinion and your ideas and your thoughts about it. Or if you go to a restaurant for dinner, write 5 or 10 minutes. Did you think the food was good? Why did you think it was good? And give an example of how the food was delicious at that restaurant. Or maybe you had a hard day when it came to transportation, getting to work, and the buses were slow, and or the subway was late. Just take a few minutes and write your opinion about the transportation in your city based on the experience you had that day. I can guarantee you that this 5 to 10 minutes can be the most valuable time you spend in preparing to write for IELTS Task 2. And not only that, the second benefit is it will help you when it comes to expressing your opinion and sharing your feelings when you're doing the speaking test in the IELTS exam, because writing each day will improve your vocabulary. It may not add new words to your vocabulary, but you will be able to use the vocabulary you already know to the best of your ability simply by doing this few minutes of practice every day. You don't have to draw specific IELTS Writing Task 2 questions. There is a time to practice specific questions from IELTS. But this 5 minutes a day, writing based on your daily experience, can be the best way to prepare for sharing your opinion in writing Task 2. And the second benefit is it will definitely help you when it comes to speaking, because writing and speaking are where you have to share your ideas. You have to produce. You're not just reacting to a recording or reading an article. You are producing and sharing your thoughts and your ideas and your feelings. You're sharing your opinion. So just do it for 5 to 10 minutes every day. And again, this is the best source of preparation for the IELTS exam. And then, as you're doing this, make sure when you write about that restaurant or the transportation or the something that happened at work at school, just include these 3 parts in your 5 to 10 minute daily writing. And this will go a long way to preparing you for the IELTS exam. And this is the best way to improve how you share your opinion as you get ready for exam day. Well, I hope you found this helpful. I do want to wish you all the best as you prepare for the IELTS exam. It is my mission to help as many people just like you get the score you need on the IELTS exam. So not just so you'll pass that exam on test day, but that you'll be able to get into the university of your choice, that you'll be able to get your dream job in the country that you want to live in. And that's my mission. And I've created dozens of videos on YouTube that will help you as you prepare for IELTS. They also will help you with having the right mindset and building confidence and everything you need to know, and the best way I can to support you and help you prepare. And the other way that I can support you is for you to feel free to contact me anytime. My email address is in the comments. Join the Facebook group if you haven't already. The link for my Facebook page is in the comments as well. And I would really encourage you to take me up on my offer to help you the best way I can. So I want to wish you all the best as you continue to prepare for the IELTS exam, and all the best for your future.